In this video, I will be showing you the step-by-step process of automating framing modeling by using Strucsoft Modular. This Revit plugin is going to allow us to customize the framing rules and then apply them to the framing in our project in just a few clicks. Let's go. Strucsoft modular tools streamline the workflow by condensing the Strucsoft core features into a single environment. Users can generate wall, floor, and ceiling panels with just one command, eliminating the need to switch between modules. Batching tools corresponds by grouping elements into modules, and then joins are generated with a single tool. Sheets are also merged and simplified, preserving the main options. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create element templates and a legend. We can then apply framing on these samples to see if everything is working properly and to avoid any issues. Then we will be applying the framing to the rest of the project before we generate shop drawings. To follow along, click on the link in the cards above and also down in the description of this video to get a free trial to test out Strucsoft Modular. And full disclosure, this is a sponsored video. Now, let's jump straight into Revit. And here we are in Revit. So once you install the Strucsoft suite, it's going to appear over here as another tab in Revit. Now I've just gone here and switched to modular, so it's going to give me these tools that I need for this particular example. So here we have an example project where you can see many of these modules or groups that are forming our building. Now off to the side here we have basically something that's acting in as a legend for each model group, so you can see each one here, and this is going to help us make this whole process a lot more efficient. Finally, here we have each of the wall types as well as the floor type that's used in all of these groups, and we're going to be starting off with that. So I'm just going to select all of these, and then I'm just going to filter this down to not include the generic elements, which is just the text. Then let's go to Strucsoft Suite, and then here let's click on Quick Create. In a matter of seconds, this is what we get, so we can see that all of these walls have been properly framed. Now, if you're thinking, well, where is the information or the template for this framing? Well, you can find that here in the template map. So if I open up the template map, here we can see each one of the wall types and the template, the Strucsoft template that has been applied to each one of the wall types. And we have the same thing for the floor. So I'm just going to cancel out of here, and now let's move over to an actual group. So here we have this group. I just want to see where that is here in the model. So you just right click and then you go to select all instances in the view, and here we can see, okay, so we have these three and then these two on this side. So that's what we have. So I'm again just going to select one group here, the 1B, and then let's go to the Strucsoft suite and then click on Quick Create. And in less than a minute, this is what we have. So here, I'm just going to cancel out of here, and as you can see, this has been completely framed. So for each of the walls that we have here, you can see that it's labeled. So we have a label here. This interior wall has a label, as you can see. This wall here has a label. The floor has a label. So everything has been framed and labeled properly. Okay, now once we have this done, now it's time to actually transfer this to the actual model. So how do we do that? Well, we simply select this group. We then go to Strucsoft Suite, and then here we have the option to copy all same ID. So when I click on this, it's going to start up a menu that looks like this. Here we need to check the categories, so we can include one of these or all of these. I'm just going to include walls and floors because we don't really have any ceilings here. So then let's click OK. And that's going to give us another set of options. So here for the panel numbering, do you want to number all of the other groups and all of the panels in the other groups with the same numbers of in the labels as the original, or do you want it to kind of continue sequentially changing those numbers? So you can continue numbering, or you can use kind of the same as original, which is what I'm going to check for this example. Then we have the parent settings. So Here I can set the source panel as parent panel. This is just going to add a few more parameters that we can use for more control and for scheduling later on. Then I'm going to click OK, and it's going to start that process. And in a couple of minutes, we get the results. So I'm just going to cancel out of here and close the warnings. And now if we take a look here, we can see that it has applied the framing to all of the same groups here in the model. And we can also notice that the labels are the same because that's the option that we chose. Now let's move over to the 2A group that we have here. So I'm just quickly going to create the framing, so just quick create. And in a few moments, once this is done, we can again use the same approach to transfer this to the main model. So I'm just going to right click again just to see where those elements are, or those groups. So here they are. Okay, I can now go back, select the 2A, and then let's go to copy all same ID. Again, I'm just going to check the same options here for the categories. And now instead of same as original, I'm just going to pick continue numbering and then click OK. After a few minutes it's done. I'm just going to close down the warnings, and now we can see that everywhere where this same group appears, it's going to have panels that have different numbers for the labels. Okay, now moving forward, let's go with the 2B. So let's first check where this is in the model. Okay, so it's these two on top and these four there. Perfect. I'm just going to select this one, and then let's go to just quick create. Now after a few seconds this is done, and now let's check out a different approach where we're going to kind of go the other way around. So I'm just going to select this group because I know it's the same as the 2B which we have just framed, and then what I'll do is I'm going to use the copy from a group option. So instead of the copy all same ID, which would copy from a selected group to other ones, here I'm just going to copy from another group into this one which I have selected. So I'm just going to click on that. Here let's pick just the floors in order to make this a little bit quicker. Click OK, and now we need to pick that group. So in this case that's this 2B which I want to use, and now it's going to start the process copying the members from 2B to the other group which was selected. And after a few moments, we can now see that this floor here has been framed, it has been labeled, so everything has been copied from this group here. So it works in one direction, but also it works the other way. And now we're going to be moving over to sheets. So let's go here to Modular, Gather Sheets. And once I select that, we can select the categories. So I'm just going to select both options here, the walls and floors, ceilings, and roofs. Click OK, and that's going to start the Modular Gather Sheets command. Then we're going to get this dialog where we can customize everything for those sheets. So here for the drawing settings, I'm just going to set this walls settings A, and as you can see, it's going to fill out most of the settings. So here we have the view scale, viewport type, title block type, and so on. So here I do want to make some changes. So for example, for the sheet number, I'm just going to add BA for Balkan Architect, and then for the sheet margins, in order to make sure that we don't get any clashes, I'm just going to increase these to 4 inches, and then let's go on the left with 6 inches and the right stay with 4 inches. Then for groups, so these are all of the groups that we were just framing. So just to keep things simple, I'm going to pick 1B. Then moving forward, here we have the modular plan view. So this is for the plan views. The view detail is going to be set to fine. The visual style can stay at wireframe. Then for the dimensions, let's just add the same linear dimension here for the panel lengths. Then moving forward for the elevation panel views. Here for the view template, we're just going to set that or leave that as is. Detail level is going to stay fine. Visual style for the elevations is going to be just shading with edges. Now for the layers, we're just going to check the structural layers. So to see those, for the horizontal dimensions, let's just assign this one, and here for align to plan view, I'm just going to check that on so it properly aligns these elevations. It's just going to look a little bit better on the sheet. And then let's check on the display Revit bottom top levels. So we have all of these settings done. Then for labels, we're not going to be changing anything here. Then for bill of materials, so here, because we don't really have any schedules, I'm just going to uncheck duplicate existing schedule. And then here for the fields, let's add some. So I'm just going to be adding some fields. So here we can see all of the available parameter fields, and let's go with the reported length. I want that one. Then I want to include the weight, so let's find the weight, and also let's include the count. Here it is. Click OK. And that's going to conclude the settings for the walls. So I'm just going to click OK here, and now it's going to start sorting those walls. And now we're going to go through similar settings just for the floors or for the floor sheets. So here for the drawing settings, let's just leave it at none. View scale is this. I'm just going to add the BA here for the sheet numbers. Then for the margins, again, let's increase those so we don't get any clashes. So I'm just going to adjust that. Then moving forward to plan side views. So here for the detail, I'm going to go with fine. Visual style, let's go with shaded with edges for this one. For side views, let's also make those fine. And then for labels, I'm not going to be changing anything. And finally, for the bill of materials, again, we don't really have existing schedules, so I'm just going to leave this checked off. And then let's add some parameters. So I'm just going to go with the BIM SF schedule label here. So that's this one, and I'm also going to add a count parameter as well. Here we go. Click OK. OK, and now it's going to continue automating this process. And once that's done, here in the project browser, if I scroll down to sheets, you can see that we have all of these sheets created. So let's go through them together. So here we can see one of them. As you can see, this is the kind of the detail level. It's all labeled. It's set up like this, so that's kind of the layout that we have. Now, obviously, you can move things around. You can adjust it further, but this is like what we get by default, what's done automatically, which is pretty cool. Then here we have the schedule for that. Now it's on another sheet because of the margins that we have set up, but obviously if you want to delete those here, move them to this sheet, yeah, you can obviously do that. Then here we have the other one. So here we can see what that looks like. So all of the labels are there, all of the views are set up, everything is kind of outlined properly, and yeah, everything was completely automated and placed there. And then here we have the other schedules that we have created for this set of views. So as you can see, it's a very powerful system of automation, and most importantly, everything is customizable, so you can heavily customize it to fit your project and your workflow. Now, if you would like to try it out for yourself, as I said, the link is up in the cards above and also down in the description of this video. And please tell me in the comment section below, is this something that's interesting to you, and would you like to see perhaps more videos that explore some of the other tools and features that we have inside of the Strucsoft suite. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.